When a fungal blight wiped out all animal life, humanity didn't starve quietly. They turned into monsters. And in this brutal wasteland, only one rule keeps you alive. Never trust a stranger at the gate. Because mercy is a luxury that will get your entire family butchered. For 14 years, the Freeman family held the last 40 acres of fertile farmland on Earth. Until one secret desire for human contact exposed their sanctuary to the ultimate nightmare. Today we are diving into 40 Acres, the most intense post-apocalyptic survival thriller of the year. Lock your doors, check your six, and hit that subscribe button because the battle for survival starts right now. 14 years ago, a catastrophic fungal blight eradicated 98% of Earth's crops and wiped out all livestock. Civil war broke out shortly after, collapsing governments and reducing humanity to desperate, roving bands. In this ruthless world, farmland is more valuable than gold. Enter the Freemans, descendants of black sharecroppers and indigenous warriors. Matriarch Hailey, a former military veteran, runs the farm like a tactical platoon. Alongside her husband Galen, they have raised 4 children under strict military discipline and ancient survival wisdom. Every morning starts with perimeter checks, thermal sweeps, and tactical weapons maintenance. Sudden static cuts through the quiet, an unauthorized breach on the south boundary fence. A heavily armed raiding party creeps through the crops, hoping to take the farm by surprise. But the Freemans don't panic. They've trained for this exact ambush for over a decade. The raider leader steps out, boasting that food should be shared rather than hoarded. His speech is abruptly cut off as a hail of sniper fire tears through the front ranks. Galen moves through the shadows like a ghost, eliminating intruders before they can pull a single trigger. Emmanuel proves his tactical training, ambushing a female intruder in close quarters combat and neutralizing the threat before she can breach the compound. Caught in a lethal crossfire, the remaining invaders scatter blindly into the deadly outer kill zone. Another day, another raid eliminated. For Hailey, keeping her children alive means showing zero mercy. Around the dinner table, order is maintained through strict military protocol and mandatory responses. But young Emmanuel is growing restless under his mother's iron rule, yearning to know what exists beyond the fences. Unknown to his mother, Emmanuel has carved a secret passageway out of the compound. Escaping the constant surveillance, he heads to a hidden riverbank for a rare moment of freedom. For a brief second, the post-apocalyptic nightmare disappears, replaced by the peace of untouched nature. But as he surfaces, his heart freezes. He isn't alone in the water. A stranger, a young woman named Dawn, is washing herself in the river just 50 yards away. Isolated his entire life, Emmanuel is captivated by his first encounter with someone his own age. Back in his room, he secretly sketches her image, tormented by the desire for human connection. Hailey enters abruptly, sensing her son's distraction and delivering a stern lecture on vigilance. Late at night, Hailey monitors regional radio traffic, tuning into neighboring farms for security updates. A friendly farm run by their ally, Augusta, goes completely silent after a sudden burst of frantic screams. The horror sets in. A massive, coordinated cannibal faction is sweeping through the territory, wiping out everyone. Defensive postures are elevated to red alert as patrols are doubled across all 40 acres. During his midnight watch shift, Emmanuel hears a weak metallic tapping against the outer gate. It's Dawn, the girl from the river, bleeding, exhausted, and begging for sanctuary. Knowing his mother would eliminate her on sight as a potential threat, Emmanuel makes a fatal choice. He disables the electric current and smuggles the wounded stranger into the family barn. He ties her up cautiously, demanding to know who she is and why she was targeted. She claims her family's camp was slaughtered by a ruthless cult that hunts human flesh to survive. Moved by her vulnerability, Emmanuel offers her food and medicine, falling deeper under her spell.